Hi all, back for another head shave. That head wound, I actually needed from my last head shave, I needed a steri-strip to try and close that. So I'm going to have to be very careful around here, hence the choice of razor for today. I'm going with the cartridge razor. I gave Flash boredom. I gave Flash I didn't give him a hard time, man. We had a bit of a laugh in a back and forth chat. But yeah, Flash used a cart and I was like, you heathen. But yeah, I'm going to have to use the cart because I think I stand more chance of keeping that wound closed. I don't know whether you can see it in the video, but it is right under my finger there. And the scab came off yesterday, which is a fairly decent sized scab, and it feels like a mini trench in my head. So yeah, that was definitely the worst cut I've ever done on my head. I wasn't expecting it to be as bad as that, but yeah. So that's the razor. The brush is the usual. You all know by now. My head brush of choice is the Yaqi Bear or Betelgeuse 28mm. I'm probably going to order a 30mm soon, and then you might get some differences in brushes that I'll be using. Right, as usual with the head shave, I tend not to bowl leather. I could, but I find it quicker and easier just to use a cream and stick it straight in the brush. So Proraso is the pre-shave. It's going to be a Menthol Arko shave, but I haven't got any pre-shave in Arko, so I'm using the next best thing, which is Proraso. It's one of my favourite pre-shaves. Arko Cool shaving cream, really nice cream this, and it's got a decent cooling. Alongside the Proraso, I think it's got a bit of a cooling effect. I've got no menthol witch hazel, so I'm just going to go with the Boots tea tree and witch hazel. The cologne is going to be Arko Cool cologne, as you'd expect. The aftershave balm is going to be Arko Cool aftershave balm. So that's it, really. So I'm going to get myself ready and I'll be right back. Right, back. Got the Proraso on, it's cooling my head nicely. I'm going to add a little bit of water. And just squeeze out the old brush. And 2 shakes, 2 little shakes, not hard shakes. And then I'm putting the Arko cream in. And that should be enough to do my head shave. So let's go for it. I hope everybody's had a good week. Dealing with the current situation worldwide. I know things are getting worse in this country. But I mean, it's to be expected. As I think I mentioned a few videos back, there's a guy I watch, I won't keep repeating his name because everybody think I'm pushing his channel, but there's a British guy that does quite a lot of videos on the subject, and about a week ago he said that he forecast that we might be in a full lockdown within 2 to 4 weeks. Well, things are definitely heading that way. They're talking about national restrictions already in the UK. So, but when you look at it across the world, it seems to be increasing across the world, certainly across the northern hemisphere anyway, and it seems to have done so in the southern hemisphere as well. I mean, I'm not sure whether I'm right, but I think that the virus prefers it in the cold weather. With the grain. So we could be in for a bit of a disastrous winter season, and could be in for a bit of a disastrous Christmas by all accounts. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but the way things are looking, being really careful around that cut. I really don't want to open that up. The way things are looking at the moment, I think Christmas is definitely going to look different this year. We're certainly looking that way. We'll have to wait and see. You know, if we can get this under control, then we might avoid restrictions over the Christmas period, but it's one of those. But enough of that. What have I got interesting? I've been watching a series of programs on a serial killer in the UK called Dennis Nielsen? Yeah. I think his nickname was Des. So there's been 3 dramatised programs and then 1 documentary style program that's narrated by the main actor of the drama series. Very well done by the BBC. I wasn't living in this country when that all happened, so I don't really remember it. I was living in Germany at the time. I don't remember that hitting the German news, although I was quite young then, so I don't think I was focusing too much on the news. At that time I was focusing too much on the girls and the skiing and the drinking and everything else you do as a teenager stroke early 20s. I think I was definitely a teenager then when that all happened. 1983 I think it was. But he'd been killing for 4 or 5 years, so, and they hadn't realised that these people were missing, because he was picking up down and outers or such people from the streets, shall we say, that were suffering hard times, whether that be through family issues or drugs and alcohol, or I think in one case it was just an unlucky coincidence that a guy arrived in London and one of the first people he met was this killer. He was a young lad, but yeah, very good drama if you can get your hands on it. I recommend it. It's really quite gory, so you've got to have a stomach because it's quite detailed in some parts. So but I would definitely say it's worth watching, certainly for those in this country. But I suppose you could call him our version of Hannibal Lecter, and you know, he's supposed to have killed anywhere between 12 and 15 people, maybe more, maybe less, who knows, but you know, we'll never find out now. Right, going up against the grain. I mean, I did give Flash a bit of a hard time about using a cartridge razor, and I await your response, Flash. But I've got an excuse. I've got a nasty cut on my head that I'm trying to protect. But yeah, fun and games. I haven't opened it up, that's the main thing. So the razor itself is performing as expected. There's nothing wrong with cartridge razor. You're just paying over the odds for the cartridges and stuff, and the actual razor is never going to last. I mean, its weak point is going to be there. The pivoting head, it's plastic. It's not good for the environment. I just, you know, I try to avoid using them, but they are useful at times. You know, like when I went away on holiday, I just used a cart razor on my head. I used a normal razor on my face. I took along the Merca Progress. But I didn't want to lose my leaf razor. I wouldn't have minded at all if I'd lost this. Wouldn't have bothered me in the slightest. So that's why. And then there are times when you might have been a little bit overconfident, shall we say. Not focused enough, shall we say. Where you have to pay the penalty of a bit of blood. And that was quite a bit of blood. I couldn't stop that bleeding for quite a while. I mean, it looked like it at the end of the video, but it soon started bleeding again. And as I think I said to somebody that left a comment, I had to use a steri strip on it. Well, I actually put 2 steri strips to close it up. So I did try a plaster, but that didn't work. It just bled out through that, so I was quite surprised at how deep it was. You know, when you consider the leaf, I wouldn't have said the leaf is anywhere as aggressive. If I'd done the same thing with the Mool R41 on my head, I'd have needed hospital attention. I just pushed a bit too hard, that's all. So all I did was I pushed too hard. I treated it like a cart razor. And unfortunately I paid the price. So all week I haven't shaved my head all week. Not wet shaved anyway. I've used the electric razor in an attempt to give that wound time to heal. But yeah, just goes to show. I'm still what I would consider fairly green behind the ears when it comes to shaving the head. I think this is shave number 20. I didn't say that at the beginning. I think this is head shave number 20, and that's literally how many. Well, no, I can't say that because I've been on holiday and shaved my head there. But it's pretty close to the total number. I mean, if I've had 5 shaves off camera, I'd probably be pushing it. Well, I'm talking wet shaves. A lot of the time in the week I'll use an electric shaver on my head anyway. So there we are, pick up pass. Here we go. Got loads of lather left on this. I'm just enjoying the cooling. We've had a few hot days here in the UK. And Monday and Tuesday of this week we were up, well, some parts of the country were up into the 30s, low 30s, 30, 31 degrees I think. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but I'm sure you can all work it out. So yeah, be careful here now. I really don't want to open that up. It's quite sore going over that. So it still needs time to heal. But I was desperate to shave my head. I had used an electric shaver, but that was a couple of days ago. But I really wanted to have a wet shave. See if I've got any on this. Yeah, that's a bit too close to, I don't know. Just trying to make sure I've got everything bar the cut. Yeah, I'm all good there, a bit more there. So yeah. You get to a point, you know, you can use an electric shaver. So I only use the electric shaver on my head. I never use it on my face. Just sacrilege. And I actually I haven't shaved my face this week at all. So it's going to be another 7-day growth shave. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I've got some new products that have landed, so I'm hoping. Well, some of the products, I've ordered about 4 different products. Half of them have arrived. The main ones have arrived anyway, but the others haven't yet. So I'm hoping they're here by tomorrow. But if not, then it'll be next week before I actually do that video. But yeah, I see from the amount of views I got on my last comparison video, the 316 versus the Game Changer, the Edwin Jagger versus the Razor Rock Game Changer. Start again. The Edwin Jagger 316 versus the Razor Rock Game Changer 0.84. That seemed to have been quite a popular video. I normally only get about 40-50 views at the moment. Whereas this was straight up the 117 when I last checked. So yeah, so I'm going to get myself all cleaned up and I'll be right back. Right, here we go, final stage now, cold rinse, all cleaned up, ready to go. Let me take these glasses off. So let's do the alum, cold rinse and then the alum. Oh, I do enjoy the cold rinse, so refreshing, so refreshing. Right, let's try and make sure. Oh, that's still stinging, that cut. So I've obviously irritated it, but it's not bleeding, so, but it is burning. It's like a red hot poker on the side of my head. I think it's probably made worse. I mean, because of the nerve damage that I've got in my neck and my back and various bits, I think even above the injury, I get intensified burning sensation. It's like really intense pins and needles, but I also obviously can feel pain on my head. You know, I haven't lost any feeling up there. The back of the neck I have lost some feeling. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to the shave tomorrow. Should be good. I can tell you now that it's a new soap and a new what's it called, skin food, so you might get a hint from that. The accompanying soap that goes with that skin food. So that's going to be my shave tomorrow. I'm probably, because there seems to have been quite a few comments lately on my ASD2, I'm probably going to use the ASD2 tomorrow. Is my thoughts. I think that's probably a good one. I have thought of another comparison shave. Well, 2. I think I said, you know, I could put the R41, the Mool R41 against the Merca HD 34C. So that's one. But the other one I was thinking of was the Razor Rock Hawk version 2 versus the Mool R41. That would be an interesting one. A single edge versus a double edge razor. Anyway, right, let's wash this off. there's me saying I wasn't going to do a load of these comparison videos, but seeing how popular that last one was, but I have a sneaky suspicion it's because it was the Game Changer 0.84 versus the Edwin Jagger 316 that made it more popular than usual, rather than it being a comparison video, because my first comparison video didn't get as many hits as this one did. So over 100 hits is good for me in the first week after I've posted it, so that's really good. Right, let's go with the Witch Hazel. Oh, so good. Put it all over. And then the aftershave. This is really cooling on my head. I mean, I think the pre-shave is the one with the most menthol in it. I think that Proraso pre-shave is really cool, and the shaving cream helps magnify that coolness. And you put that tea tree oil on, and my head's just gone ice cold. Right, now for the aftershave. Oh, that's burning a bit. Just there. That's really nice. I like the scent of that aftershave. Very cooling again. And then finally, the Arko Cool aftershave balm in the little bottle. So let's just get some out. That should be plenty. There we go. Lovely shave. The Gillette razor saved the day. I don't know if that looks more angry than it did when I first started, but there you go. So, as usual, I'll see you all tomorrow for my Saturday face shave. I think it's going to be the Feather ASD2 with a feather blade in it. I may try it with another. I've got a lot of blades that have only got one dot on them for only having been used once, so I may have a look at that and change my mind as far as the blades are concerned. So yeah, Feather ASD2 tomorrow, I believe. And then if you leave comments below that you want more comparison videos, then I'll do some more comparison videos if you like them. But anyway, for now, until tomorrow, it's bye-bye from me. It's bye-bye from the Gillette Fusion. And hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow.